Mickey, and he's going to be with us today when I demonstrate a little bit of what you can do at home to help your horse this time of the year when we're locked down and we can't come out and do our normal routine massages with your horse. First of all, wear safety shoes around your horse just to make sure if he stands on you that you're not going to get your feet hurt, because they can lean against you during the massage if they're enjoying it. Also, don't massage your horse if you're feeling stressed or you're irritated or the surroundings aren't right. Don't have another horse nearby that might be wanting to bite your horse or annoy you in any way. Try and find a relaxed area that's quiet where you can just chill out and enjoy being with your horse. Always keep an eye out for your horse's change of mood, like if he's getting irritated by the flies, spray his legs for example. And keep a hand that you're not massaging with on the horse if you can, so you can read when the horse is going to move or say kick and react to the massage, that you can protect yourself in time. So my routine is normally involved with a massage warm-up, and it helps get the horse in a nice place where I feel he's happy for me to loosen his coat up. This time of the year is really good for that. And find a place where there's lots of muscle and the horse is happy for you to start. So I'm going to start, you can start around here or here, that's normally the place I like to start. This is the gluteal area. We won't get too involved in all the different muscles. Normally I talk when I'm massaging sometimes if people are talking to me, but it's nice to be able to chill out and not talk at all and just focus into your horse and read what he's saying and what he's doing. So just as a point of interest, we try and avoid the bony bits that stick out, or the bony landmarks, which is this tubercocci area here, the ribs, the wither, anything on top of the spine or the spinous processes. And the poll is quite a sensitive area, this area up here. So you just choose the areas that there's a lot of muscle on and you know the horse is going to like you doing. Remember, they're a mutual groomer in the wild, and it's been scientifically proven that it lowers their heart rate when they're together in a herd mutually grooming. So that's what we're emulating here, and that's why they like us doing it too. So yeah, I'm just massaging Mickey's gluteal area. So here we've got this tubercocci and then the hip joint here and the stifle. So when we're working in between these two, it's an important place. You'll feel the ridge there, and we'll feel this big muscle here. You might have to stand on a box if you're a bit shorter, because otherwise you'll put a lot of stress on your neck and your upper body, and that's not good for you. So I'm just using circular motion, and then I get into this cross fibre friction with the massager that I'm using that's got rubber teeth, which I find really useful, but it fits my hand really well, so I don't wear my fingers and joints out. It's just a warm-up massage. It's not getting into the specifics unless I use the tip of it or the point of it. But it's I really enjoy using it. I think the horses do too. If your horse is telling you he doesn't like it, he doesn't want it, and it's too hard, then you can use one of those groomers to remove the hair, and that's a lot lighter on the muscles or the sensitive areas. But the horses that are used to it, they'll like it. And just be careful when you go up inside the horse's hind leg, because that can be a very sensitive area. Now I'm experienced at this, so I can feel the horse when he's about to move and what he's telling me. But if you're not, remember you can just keep a hand on the horse's rump And you're just putting one hand inside the adductor muscle, inside the inside hind leg. And I'm just stroking, deep strokes to feel the tension in there, and working my way up inside toward the tail, because these are the hamstrings. They're quite important muscles. So that's what I'm doing while I'm around the back there. Now this is the other area that's important, the pocket of the wither here, where the horses like to mutually scratch themselves, and one of the favourite areas. So this is the scapular blade, and there's a lot of muscles that come across off the scapula around the wither. So if they're telling you it's a bit sensitive, you don't have to go so hard. You just back off and go a bit lighter. Mickey gets quite tense in the front here, so I'm hoping to soften these muscles with his help. So I can just imagine that you're swimming in the tissues or melting into the muscles. So you try and find that lovely soft where they're letting you in. And the shoulder muscles at the front here on this flat part, they can get quite sensitive, so just go a little bit easy on here. And around the triceps at the back, that can be a sensitive area too. And when you go along the back, just go lightly until they let you in, so you can go a little bit harder. Because remember, all the muscles are connected. So whatever you're working on one, it's going to have an effect on another. When we work up the neck, we're working up here on this nuchal ligament that goes all the way along the top line. But we're wanting to soften it off. And see if you're working with us. Now I'm just using little circular motions just to get him to move in and soften with me, and get him to let go of his tensions. Good boy. And I just move around where I find that it was tense before, but I come back to it when he's relaxed a bit more. So I'm not just hard out working on one area. I'm trying to get him to tell me where he's sore and where he's okay and where he wants a little bit more and what he likes today. He might be a different horse tomorrow and tell me he wants it somewhere else. Good boy. Yeah, it's a little bit tender there. So I'm not going to use that today on him. Around the ear, we like to soften that pole and use really soft fingertip touch. And let them soften it with you. Good boy. That's a good boy. Good boy. So that licking and chewing is a really good sign that they're relaxing. And just work away. It takes some time to feel your fingers sink. Good boy. Good. circular motions on top. It's a lovely area up here to work on and help release. Good boy. No, you're so tight up here. What have you been doing? Even if your horse isn't in work at the moment, if you've given him a little turn out, you can still bring them in and help release all their tensions from their training, because it doesn't disappear, it stays there. It's all about helping the muscles get soft so that they can function properly and in a balanced way. So I'm just using the back of my hand here and stroking down on Mickey's neck toward his shoulder and just turning as I hit that shoulder muscle. I'm pushing at the heel of my hand and going really slow and resting. Good boy. So now I'm just pressing against that muscle in the front of his shoulder, which is the deltoid. They can get really tight in here, of course, so we always want this area to be lovely and soft so that they can softly bend around your inside leg and around the inside rein and not block. He's pressing into me, so I'm using my hips and my stomach muscles to press back, to just block, so that my arm isn't just taking up the whole weight of the horse on its own. And he's enjoying that, he's really relaxing. Good boy. So we can work on the neck for quite a while, because this is down the neck here, the vertebra of the neck. You can, good boy. And then we can just use our heel of our hand above it and follow the line of the neck where you see the muscle smooth. And along the top line and down. Now if you go in the front here, in the pectoral muscle, it's a very sensitive area in some horses and they can nip you, so be very careful. He's possibly going to nip me, but I'm just going to be very gentle as I pass my hand in like this on the pectoral muscles inside and at the front. So we've got quite a few muscles to feel here, and then we come back up. So it's a down and a back motion. And I'm very aware he might want to nip me. So I'm letting him play with my other hand as a distraction. He's going to tell me if I'm going to be too hard on him. So I'm just taking it easy. You can feel the bone in the middle, the breastbone, like a chicken carcass. That breastbone in the middle. You just got to be very sensitive around that. But we want to soften this area as much as we can, so we just play in there for a little while. Circular motions, pushing in and pulling out, but keeping that light pressure on. Good boy, I know. And here at the front, if you can feel the front of these muscles as they come down and meet the chest, you can again lightly play in this area. I'm leaning against the back of his elbow, so I have one hand on his wither and the other hand at the front of his chest. And I'm just doing nice soft strokes to try and soften this muscle here. He's enjoying it. It's a nice big yawn. Good boy. So this is just something for you to do while you're wanting to get to know your horse a little better, and maybe you're thinking of clipping him out, or maybe you're just thinking of grooming him to help get all the hair out. This is another good way of helping get the hair out as well. So as I say, go up the shoulder and just be mindful that it can be sensitive and tense, a little bit sensitive. And always be careful in case they want to nip you. So always introduce yourself to the horse, if you know what I mean. When you go into a muscle area for the first time, just go in lightly and see what the horse tells you, if he likes it or if he's going to be reactive. This area here is the serratus. It's like a top of the scapula, and then you'll find that there's this little lump here, and it's the serratus muscle that I'm working on at the moment. So yeah, we're just working along the back now with the shelf of the ribs, which just is along here, and this pocket of the wither where your saddle sits with the gullet. You can work in nice circular motions here, and the heel of your hand, and the ribs, good boy, and the tummy, good boy. We can do a nice tummy press lift here. Just press your palms of your hands together and just hold and gently lift. If they don't like you massaging their tummy muscles, their abdominal muscles can be very sensitive, but they often don't mind this. I lock my elbows in and take the weight . And we can do lots of lovely things along the back of the horse, but we're just going to do nice general strokes for you to practice on at home. As I say today, with Mickey and the massager, he didn't feel or seem like he wanted me to keep doing that today, so I'm happy not to do it. So, but your horse might enjoy it all around here, and of course they'll tell you that. Good boy. So I'm just using the tip of my fingers. Good boy, I know. And press. So yeah, it's just softening these muscles that you find that you feel that you can't really press into very easily. We want to just soften them. So just experiment. Good boy, I know. Now, and here's a sensitive area, just behind the ribs, the abdominal obliques, and of course the sensitive area here. So always be aware of the horse that can try and kick you in this area, and keep your other hand on the horse. And we're just stroking in behind the ribs here and seeing if we can release the little pressure points. The gluteal. Good boy. Around these hip joints to try and soften them off. So I'm just using the heel of my hand here to go from this front area of the stifle area and the muscles associated with that toward the back. So you're following the line of the hair, the lay of the hair. And then remember there's this hip joint here, so we can work in around the joint. And the hamstrings at the back. And at the top. And I just like to use little circular motions. Good boy. And work on little points as I work my way down inside. Good boy. Good boy. And down into the inside of the hock. So this is a really nice stroke from the top of the tubercocci down to the stifle. In a little triangle. So I'm light on the way up and I'm just pressing and slowing down as I go down. And you see he's actually pushing into me and thinking that's not such a bad stroke, and he's relaxing his hind leg and letting me in a little bit deeper. Oh, Mickey. Here we go. Good boy. Yeah. And you know, when they're relaxed like this, you can always take the opportunity to clean their sheath at the same time. So yeah, you can work more on other areas, like he was quite tight in here and he was tight up here. So I just thought, yep, I'm going to come back to those areas and have another little play and see what I can do to help soften it off. Because you know, you can go down the body, relax, keeping him relaxed, and work on another area that he doesn't mind so much. And then they're more relaxed when you come back to work on the other place that you felt might needed a bit more attention. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. And you can have the radio going and nice music or relaxing music. I often find horses like music when I'm massaging them. It's just that whole thing with the barn environment of keeping everybody happy and relaxed. Yeah, so I hope that's helped you today. If you have any questions, just message me and I'm happy to see what I can do to help you out if you find anything interesting. Good luck!